anonymous author once wisely said, "Home is a place where your feet may leave, but your heart will always be." Well, Petoskey isn't where I grew up, nor where I live today. It's a place that means much more to me than anywhere I have ever been. Although I may change, Petoskey never will, and I'm grateful to be able to have a place I can share with you and proudly call my second home. The different seasons of the years take me back to the special memories I've had in Petoskey, Michigan. The summertime starts at the waterfront and continues with spending hours on end relaxing, eating incredible food, and celebrating our country. Once fall hits and the leaves crisp, our family enjoys time at the vineyards and on haunted trails. As the snowy ground becomes 3 feet tall, we take one more visit for the year and finish our wintry traditions. While there are many places I would love to visit, Petoskey is more of my home than a travel destination. Petoskey is a vault that holds the memories of the years in my life. In the words of Peter Pan, since I was little, this is my favorite place to come. My family started going to Petoskey for summer vacations since before I was born, because they love the family there extremely. We all stay in their huge basement, which is always nice and cool on those hot summer days. However, on the sunny days, you would more often than not find me out on the sandy beaches. For hours I walk along the shoreline, keeping my eyes glued to the ground in search of Petoskey stones, sea glass, and unique rocks. Over the years, I have found countless amounts of rocks, from heart and potato shapes to fossilized fish. I have seen them all. But when you're at the beach, it's not just rocks. It's a given that you have to go in the water. Otherwise, you might as well have just stayed home. During the week of July 4th, my sister and I go out on paddleboards and kayaks and relax on the beach with a small picnic in hand. However, the food does not stop simply at a small picnic. We make tons of red, white, and blue foods, and oftentimes we hit up the UP for some delicious potato pasties. After we finish stuffing our bellies for the day, we head over back to the beach to finish out the night with a blazing fireworks show. It's a competition between Harbor Springs and Petoskey, and they never fail to amaze me with all the smiley face and hamburger-shaped fireworks. Once the final burst has fallen, we pack up and head for home. With our summer vacation sadly coming to an end, it feels as though Halloween is right around the corner. In the fall, we only get the weekend, but for the short amount of time we have to spend up north, we pack it full of fall festivities. Around early morning when the sun is rising, we head over to a small vineyard filled with hours of fun. The day starts off with a competition of strength and determination, pumpkin chucking. Set up in the middle of a field strewn with sheep and targets are giant slingshots just waiting to be stretched back. We send pumpkin after pumpkin careening through the air towards targets and watch them splatter onto the ground. Next, my sister, our 2 cousins, and I all head over to the pins to bet on a winner for our famous pig race. We place 50 cents on our winner pig, and the race begins. In a close run, my cousin Connor always takes the pot, and we mosey away in defeat. After we have finished with some cider and donuts, we head back into town for a haunted walk to a creepy lighthouse. It's around late evening when we grab our headlights and drive over to a small trail that leads us to our ghostly destination. However, it's not all fun and games as we make our way to the top of the steep old staircase that leads us to a place filled with spiderwebs and skeletons. It's super creepy, and there's a woman in the house that tells the same ghost story that just gives me the chills. While fall is a great time to spend outside, winter is the ideal season for Petoskey fun. As the end of the year comes to a close, it's the perfect time for winter games and a New Year's bash. I hit this with my family, and we take trail after trail in search of some untouched powder, which is a beauty to ski on. Once we've been frozen to the core, we head into a little tavern downtown Petoskey called the Noggin Room. It's a beautiful place that serves amazing food, and my personal favorite appetizer, popcorn. After the day winds down, we head back to their home where we have our annual game night consisting of euchre, Cards Against Humanity, and the Mexican Train Dominoes game. If you know anything about my family at all, you know that we're extremely competitive and wild. And by wild, I mean dancing around the dining room table, tooting our horns along to the Mexican Train tune after a big win. While the tradition of game night is always interesting, our next morning never changes. Around 11 o'clock is when we usually wake up and get ready for our day of shopping and ice skating. We go to town and spend practically all of our Christmas cash on clothes, Vera Bradley purses, and weird things we find at this little shop called Grandpa Shorter's. After shopping, we slip on our ice skates and head to the rink where we find ourselves determined not to fall on the ice. Until recently, I wasn't all that great at ice skating, so it's more like ice shuffling to me. But I swear my cousin Cameron is a professional skater the way he laps around the rink. Soon though, we get tuckered out, and it's an early night as we're all in bed by 10 o'clock. Finally, we wake up. It's New Year's Eve, time to party. We take out all the chips and dips and the yummy food my dad and uncle had prepared the day before. We eat until our stomachs are bursting at the seams and play video games until before I know it, it's nighttime. My family goes out to the casino for some last chances to become rich before the end of the year. But I stay home and watch the dogs and give my $5 contribution to the gambling crew. Once they come home, usually without any money, we watch the New Year's Eve celebration in Times Square until it's time for the ball drop. We grab our glasses of sparkling grape juice, our kazoos, and count down. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! The party is over and it's time for the next year. It's another late start to our morning and the smell of cinnamon rolls lingers in the air. It's the day we have to leave, but before we go, we must have some KFC. Don't ask me why we do this, but for years, my family has said it comes for good luck and health for the new year. Once we're finished with the greasy bird, it's time to say goodbye. As I look out the window on our way down the driveway, all I can think about is our summer visit to come. Petoskey holds the best moments of my life and will be a part of me for eternity. As my summer starts with a bang, the beach days never end. Then, when the leaves are starting to turn, we haunt the town and compete for first prize. Finally, we visit one last time when the snow is 3 feet tall and we stay up late until it hits midnight and they drop the ball. Petoskey has truly become a part of who I am. As Nelson Mandela once said, "There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to see the ways in which you yourself have altered." Just like every time I visit Petoskey, I get to see all of the amazing ways I grew up, yet the place I've been visiting for years hasn't changed a bit.